the tugs are in. Even that blue boat is in. That's that American metal crushing company. Now we have another bulk carrier here. This is September 1st. The Federal Tiber has left. Let's pull back a little so you can see the whole boat. Yeah, they'll be loading up bulk metals, I believe. That's a pulp mill over there, spewing off its pollution. Now, there's a Hapag-Lloyd. It's almost empty, but it has some new containers loaded there. Maersk. Yeah, they're still unloading the last bunch of containers on the bow. Now those containers there, they almost look like they're different. They're just different than the normal railroad containers. Almost like there's food in them or something. Oh my, rush hour. Yeah, our town is very, very small. If you came in on the main highway and you left the main highway and drove through the center of uptown and accessed the main highway to leave town, it would take you about 4 minutes, 6 minutes, maybe even 10. That's how small our town is. Now, let's get a closer look at, oh, it goes all fuzzy. Oh yeah, they're very specialized cars. Or containers, highly specialized. Now I'll tell you a story of rubber ducks. No, we're not talking truck driver song. There used to be something called the Kentucky Derby, in which you take hundreds of these of plastic ducks, hundreds of them, and they're each numbered, and you make a raffle of it by releasing the ducks above reversing falls. And the first duck to pass reversing falls is the winner. That number, someone will have already picked that number. And the prize, I think, was money or something. But the Kentucky Derby came to an end when a politician reached into the water by reversing falls to retrieve her duck, or to retrieve a duck. And she got a chemical burn. That was the death blow of the Kentucky Derby. Now I hope to heaven that they fix that problem. When there's that many chemicals in the water that it can burn the skin, you have a problem. And this is a true story. Very, very true. The one thing that can be one saving grace is that the company behind it did clean up a bit, and the tide washes in and out twice a day. You decide to live solely on fish off the bottom of this harbor, think about the chemicals and the metals, the heavy metals and the chemicals that are in the water here. Some of them are still present, so you have to pay attention to your fishing manual. Where it says there is a level of mercury poisoning in the environment, and you can only eat so many fish, and that's it. I think for a pregnant woman, once every 3 weeks. And in truth, if you read that mercury poisoning page in your fishing manual, you get it when you buy your fishing license. You will probably ask yourself why you even bothered to buy a fishing license. I'm looking for the seal again. There are some There's cormorants swimming around out here. And I already spotted Sammy in this area right here. He stuck his nose out of the water. Where the cormorants feed, so will the seal. the wind did pick up a little bit. But yeah, it's gotten a little windy compared to earlier this morning. That's one of the service boats coming in now. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I think yesterday it was that one or another one. They were moving slowly alongside the Federal Tiber, checking its hull, looking at its hull, actually touching it with their hands. So I figured it was an inspection, and today, September 1st, it's gone. Now we have the other one, another bulk carrier in its place. Yeah, that boat there reminds me of the 1970s TV series. Nicodonidus starred in it, and he had a boat named the Persephone. He was a logger. The setting was supposed to be BC, but the filming of the show actually took place on the Great Lakes. And how boats like that were used in logging is that driftwood logs. Some people call them deadheads because they floated just at the surface of the water. They would bob under and then rise up. Bob under and then rise up. And if you were moving in a boat like that, your radar wouldn't pick them up because they would be underwater. They were a navigational danger. So if you ran into a big log when you're moving your boat like that, that log would put a hole in your hull. But these logs would basically drift around and land on the shore, and someone in a boat like that would come along, stop their boat, step onto shore, tie a big rope around the log, and basically haul the log offshore and bring it to a mill. But you had to gather quite a few logs in order to make any money. That's one way, one face of the logging industry. The other is where men with chainsaws that just go into deep forests and cut whole sections of it out and truck it off to the mills. Yeah, most Canadians at one time, most of us fellas have actually cut pulp. firewood. We have handled chainsaws. That's just part of the Canadian heritage. A lot of people like to burn wood. And the pulp mills, they need their wood to make paper. So vast tracts of forest were denuded. They were just, all the trees were cut down. The timber was brought to the mills, and replanting was done with just one species of tree. And that one species of tree, one genus of tree, whatever you want to call it, it will not replace the Acadian forest. So many of the Acadian animals don't live in vast tracts of pulp company land. Now, in truth, I did not see the pilot boat go out or come in. That tug going out, I suspect, is leaving its berth to deal with barge. That's what I think. You know, I'm getting used to holding the camera down on the tripod mount peg, and it's more convenient because when I'm done filming, all I have to do is just lift the camera up. The camera just lifts right off it. Of course, the camera cord, or the camera strap, is around my neck, so there's no way the camera's going to fall anywhere. Oh, I lost track of I can't believe I lost track of a big tug like that. This new system works out pretty good. I can still get my videos. And the camera is still secured on somewhat with that screw peg that goes up into the camera. Or the screw that's up inside the camera. And my hand is holding the camera quite well. Eventually I will get another Nikon B500. They're at a fair price, $330 before tax, so probably around $500 after tax. But that is far better than the $2,000 you would have to pay for a full-blown Canon outfit. Well, I hope the crew of the tug has a great day. I think I will be off to the house for a coffee, and I'll get the little one to the park.